You guys, this is seriously one of the most wide open Eurovisions ever. It's always a little boring when you know in advance who's going to win. Like in 2012, we knew Loreen was going to win, great song, but still a bit underwhelming because you know she's going to win. This year, I have no clue who's going to come out on top. I don't know about you. Is this a wide open year?
Yes.
Well, since we all agree, let's go around and talk about each of our standout tracks. Maybe give me your top three, starting with Denise.
Okay. My number one still is Estonia. I still love this song. They're my favorites, and I think no one can beat them in my top. My second is Spain. They choose an amazing song, and I think their stage presence will be amazing. They showed us last year that they can have an amazing stage, and they will have it with this song. And Adorn is amazing, and I absolutely love it. And I think my third favorite is Slovenia. And I'm really glad that I can say that a country like Slovenia can be in my top three. Mariah is amazing, the song is amazing, and I think they will be in top five in the real Eurovision.
I've shared two of the same tops with Denise, Estonia and Slovenia, but I love both of them. They're modern. You can imagine them on the radio. That's not just the only reason I like them, but I can see them having the mass appeal that they need to do well, and I love them as well. And then the other one, it's sort of a guilty pleasure because it's kind of cheesy, but Unbroken from Iceland. It kind of reminds me of Frozen's Let It Go, but kind of a cheerier, less I'm going to freeze everything kind of attitude.
I have no clear top three, but I know my favorite is Hungary. My first place is definitely Hungary. I love Boggy. I love the story behind the song. I love the song. Hungary did the best choice for years. Estonia is my second because it's amazing. And I think third is Malta because I really love Ember. I know many people know that, but I love Warrior, the song itself, and I can't wait for the new version. Maybe it will be my number one. I don't know, but yeah, and apart from that, I really love Lithuania and Iceland as well. They're both stunning songs, and yeah, I have no clear top three.
Y'all, I have a very clear top three. It is Cyprus, Denmark, and Finland. I'm just kidding. Oh, y'all thought I was serious. Now, yeah, I kind of share the same thoughts as all of you. All of the songs you've named, I would also put in my top, 5, 6, whatever it is. If I had to pick, I would put Slovenia in there simply because I just heard it this morning and I love it. It's so hard. Estonia, I've liked it from the first time I heard it. I loved the staging at Estilau. I think it does live up to the hype. I think it's sufficiently mainstream to appeal to a lot of people. Whereas some of my other favorites, like I love Iceland, but I think it will put some people off who will say, "Oh, that's too," as you said, Frozen. So my top three would be Slovenia, Estonia, and you know what? I'm gonna say Georgia. No, Latvia. I'm gonna say Latvia because of her voice. It's a really amazing voice, and the staging in Latvia was killer. And you could see that doing really well on a big LED-infused Eurovision stage. But there's so many songs I could name, and I'm sure you guys could as well, that you also love. I love Hungary. I love Malta. I love Georgia. I love Serbia. I think Serbia stands out. So I guess another question then, since we all love so many songs, who do you think the top three finishers will be based on mainstream appeal, potential for staging?
I still think Estonia can win. I think Italy can win. The three guys are amazing. Their stage presence is great. A lot of people love the song, so I think they can win. And I think that Finland can win. And for me, it will be a shame because I wish those boys the best. I really do. But the song itself, it isn't good. And in Eurovision Song Contest, I really want the song to be good.
Yeah, I think Italy can win because they've kind of established names and they've the money behind them because they've got 7 million views on their video for Grand Amore in less than a week. So they've got the big fan base, and I doubt that's all from Italians. Then I think Estonia could do well. Slovenia, I don't think it can do well enough to win because it's it's really likable, but I don't think it leaves the wow factor. It's kind of a song everyone likes, but would they like it enough to pick up their phone? Latvia, I think, is too left field to win. Spain, if they do magnificent staging, because they've put so much hype into it, there must be something more than just what we've seen so far. So maybe Spain, Estonia, and Italy would be my top three that would win at the moment.
I think Finland is in the race to do it. I don't think they would deserve. The song wouldn't deserve it. The guys maybe, because it's good to see them in Eurovision, but with a good song it would be even better. But they're in the win. They're in the run to the victory, and I also see Estonia doing really well. I think they could definitely win because it's like you heard it somewhere, but it's special. And and I think I think that's it in the moment. I can't, and Italy, of course, because they're charting all over the world on iTunes and with the YouTube views, and I don't like them personally, but yeah, probably those three.
Yo, Il Volo, do you remember Il Divo? I just feel like this is a younger version. I just feel like we've heard it before. I can't get into this. Italy's always tricky because they send great acts, there's a lot of hype, and then they don't actually do that well. Like Emma Morone, it was a hot mess at Eurovision. I think the drawback of being a star is you have a lot to do. So Il Volo, they've got concerts to perform, they've got gigs, they've got all sorts. So maybe they don't have the time to invest. I mean, I feel like Marco Mengoni was the last kind of stand out. I guess that was just
he was on the year before last. They've only had 4.
So not too far ago. But what did he come, like 8, 9, 10? He was, he wasn't.
He was in the top 10. Nina was in the top 10, and Raul was in the top 10.
But I don't. Only Raphael, whatever, was in the top 5. So
he placed second.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
But like the others were not top 5.
I still can't believe it.
Yeah, it's.
Emma Moroni was the only one that messed it up.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I concede, yeah, I concede. But I'm not convinced Il Volo can do it. I think a lot of those 7 million views will be Italians. In terms of Finland, I think that it's hard to predict how the jury will vote because, for instance, Abironovsky Babushki nearly won the televote against Loreen, but then the jury butchered them. And they still came, quite high. So with Finland, it's unclear how much the jury would butcher them. Perhaps, they're people too, and they might buy into the story, which is a very powerful story as well.
But see, the thing is that since last year, when they released the full breakdown of what each juror votes for and each point, and then the jurors are told that they have to take musicality, staging, and different things into account, and there's no box for them to tick for backstory. So then, if they're meant to be musical experts, and then they mark this really high, and then the whole world gets to see that they mark this really high, but I don't know if they'd be willing to do that, especially when it's not as anonymous as it was in the past.
It's interesting, though. I guess there could be street cred with saying, I went against what people told me I should do and voted my heart. I think, people often make decisions like that. You never know. I mean, Conchita, certainly she was musically there. We can't say she wasn't. But I think certainly her backstory helped a lot.